I consider myself looking on life, interested by the diversity of it and the grandeur of it.
I'm Deborah Tuff. Thank you so much for watching Go Gwinnett. I am surrounded by beautiful pieces of sculpted art. Now, you may not know the artist behind them, but Mr. Basil Watson is an internationally renowned artist who has placements all across the world. And guess what? He chooses to not only live in Gwinnett County, but he also has set up shop here. Here's his story.
They are individual works in themselves. Some of them transcend and progress towards major pieces. Some of them just, they are quick ideas. It's also a reservoir of information.
Basil Watson, a quiet genius who, with his calm demeanor, creates sculpted pieces that make powerful statements. The beauty of life.
My inspiration is connecting with people. The psychology of people. People interest me, not just physically, but their stories.
And his story began in Jamaica.
Well, I'm the son of an artist. My father was an artist. Art surrounded me, physically and spiritually.
And soon took over his creative space mentally.
Drawing is actually my favorite activity. Might be a natural progression or influence or both from my father. I found that drawing translated well into sculpture.
That was 50 years ago. During the time, it was Watson's dream to have a piece commissioned in his home country of Jamaica, and it became a reality.
It felt surreal. But I've always been one with a very small rearview mirror. So the excitement quickly moved towards working towards the next and the next.
His next turned into more than 40 pieces of his work displayed in Jamaica, China, Guatemala, London, and here in the United States, which ultimately led him to Gwinnett County.
My father taught at Spelman in the 60s and early 70s. He was head of the art department at Spelman. I had heard about Atlanta. A friend was in Gwinnett. He offered to help me settle. So, I came and settled in Gwinnett and loved it.
The same love, Watson says, is put into his art, which does require a lot of patience and time. He says his work can take anywhere from months to years. Like this 18-foot Martin Luther King piece commissioned by the city of Atlanta. Watson says he began working on it while in isolation during the pandemic, and now the piece stands prominently behind Mercedes Benz Stadium.
Clay is usually the medium. It's flexible, it's spontaneous. And from clay, it's either fired or it's cast in bronze. So there's a lot of process involved in sculpture beyond just the creative aspects.
And a lot of passion for the world around him.
You will find that many of my expressions are coming from the Black experience, but basically, and more importantly, coming from the human experience.
You can actually see Mr. Watson's work up close in person at the Hudgens Center for the Arts. It begins now and lasts until April. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.